The Nanatsu no Taisai episode 6. And, well, what can we say about this? First of all, the Meliodas and Diana put on a hypnotic spell that making them fight each other. Elsewhere, a farmer and its child are in trouble when they get swarmed by the insects made by Frieza. Elizabeth jumps inside of the storm in order to take out the child, proving that she's courageous and do not care if she gets hurt. However, unfortunately, it turns out the little kid is Ruin, the the Holy Knight, who immediately begins to beat Elizabeth down. And as Frieza and Ruin laugh at that, saying that while it's bad to hurt the princess, that's the way it is. Ruin compliments Elizabeth for her bravery, but also says it was cruel. But then when Ruin reveals the reason how he can transport them is using his staff and a bell, suddenly Elizabeth grabbed that when he smacked it on her head. And that's immediately snapped out Meliodas and Diana, who immediately begins to trash the two Holy Knights in just a few hits. Meliodas, after giving some comfort words to Elizabeth, gets punched by Rune, but he answers back to Rune and crushes his armor, and even managed to crush his body, even though he says his body can use some kind of formula that makes it stronger. Coldly saying, "You hurt someone precious to me. That is your sin." Diana immediately stumps Frieza, even though we don't still see if it's not a her, we still see it as a bit more female build. And then it turns out the farmer that held the kid was blackmailed into the Holy Knights in doing that. They are led to the prison where Ban is being confined by Jude, only revealing he got caught because he wanted to feel pain. And somehow he's still healing himself of wounds, and instead kills Jude, saying that I'm sick of your pain. As Diana and Meliodas reach the prison, they free the doctor's daughter, where they also meet Ban. And here's the funny part: how the Ban and Meliodas immediately greet each other childishly by clapping their hands, and then just suddenly Ban hits Meliodas, so he sends flying, and Meliodas answers by a big headbutt. Eventually, they decide to do an arm wrestling contest that is so fierce that the entire castle runs down. And here's a quick: the coward member of the Gorgios has tried to use as some kind of dragon-like spell in order to keep them there forever, because nothing can break them. However, the 7 deadly sins arm wrestling contest is enough to break down the castle, thus freeing them. After taking Elizabeth to the boar hut, where she is wondering if everyone is safe, not caring if she is safe, the daughter of the doctor is returned, and apparently the doctor is somehow healed, having a little healing mark there. Do not know what happens, and apologizes to the 7 deadly sins. Meliodas says it's okay. During the night, they eat together with the doctor, and Elizabeth is probably introduced to Ban, who has got some new, well, not new, but he has gotten some some new clothes that are red and red leather like, and he also meets the rest of the good place. Elsewhere, Diana, impressed by Elizabeth's bravery, says that I won't mind fighting for you since you were so cool today. Can I call you just Elizabeth? And Elizabeth says that's fine, and Diana says you can just call me Diana. After that, they see some stars in the heaven, shooting stars, revealing that apparently that's some kind of omen. A lot of people we have seen or have not seen yet are doing it. One of them is Gilfunder. Another one looks like a woman that we have a pretty good guess who it is. But that's basically this episode. It has some comedic moments, especially the arm wrestling contest and the way they create each other. That was fun. It was nice seeing those arrogant holy knights being beaten down in such a short time. Even though it's sad that we did not get any kick-ass fights out of this, it's still a bit nice to see that the 7 deadly sins are not to be trifled with, and also they care about their people's safety. Give me a thoughts if you have any.